Thanks for viewing. I'm Jason from the Infinity Property Group of Keller Williams Realty. I just wanted to provide another message here. So my question is, are you newlyweds? So what are you going to do, rent or buy? The old saying is first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes a new home. As newlyweds, it's a huge decision to be made, and as Americans, we still hold it close to our hearts, that the dream of home ownership. So I'm going to give you a few tips in this conversation, and my first tip of advice is to sit down in a quiet place without any distractions. Yes, that means shutting off your phone, and talk about the following. So the first one is, what's the 5-year plan? Will you be moving, starting a new job, finishing school, whatever it might be? You may want to hold off on rent longer. It's one of the decisions you need to talk about. Renting does afford you some flexibility for moving when needed or getting a lower rent when facing tight finances. The second would be, what does your credit look like? Don't get me wrong, it's a hard conversation. I've had to talk to myself about it. But once you have it, everything's out on the table. It's much easier to deal with, and it's not as hard as you think. There's plenty of credit restoration programs and ways that we can help you with the credit. 3, can we afford this? Plain and simple. You want to come up with a down payment for your first home, and it can be a big obstacle to overcome. A lot of newlyweds, they use the money and gifts that they receive for their wedding, and might also have their parents chip in a little bit to help make the down payment. What's happening in real estate where you folks want to live? That's a great question. Buying a home is a big decision. You'll experience highs and lows during that process. However, one of the best ways to get a great understanding of the real estate market where you want to live is by consulting a real estate professional. Someone like myself or on my team, we can give you the very best view of what's going on in the market and guide you through the process. One of the questions that come up all the time is, life happens and how do we adapt? You're right, life does happen. If I had a crystal ball and knew what I knew today of 2 years ago, things would be a lot different. However, you can't always just live in the what ifs and what happens when, and life has a way of shifting and moving when things are going great. So you just have to move with it, but at the same time, you can't be tied to what ifs. And you got to also decide what kind of people you are you. Do you shy away from home maintenance, or do you watch yourself? You see yourself watching these do-it-yourself shows, and you're like, hey, you know what? I can do that. So are you willing to roll up your sleeves a little bit and get involved? Are you willing to hire help if you need to redo the kitchen and it's a little beyond your skill level? Maintaining a home is a big decision, and it's a part of the decision-making process whether you continue to rent or you go and purchase a home. So anyways, that's my tips for the day for the newlyweds out there. Anything I can help with, any questions, comments, give me a call. My office number is 818-380-5228, or you can always email me at jason@kwipg.com. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks.